What's up guys, it's Drifts and Lifts here. Alright, so today's episode, I'm going to be building an exhaust system on my daily driver 740 here named Al. I have a factory exhaust manifold running a straight pipe, so there's no cat on the car right now. Then it's actually going into a factory resonator at the back of the car there. So what we're gonna do today is I have a couple of exhaust pieces that I'm gonna be putting together to make a full exhaust for this thing. So when I'm doing this, I'm gonna be going in stages just so we can see what the different exhaust setups sound like. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna give you guys a couple revs with the setup that it has right now. And then we're gonna chop off the factory resonator and we're gonna run it literally just this open down pipe. And then once we do that, we're gonna take off our factory header and we're gonna put on our KL Racing aftermarket manifold here. And then what we're gonna do is install a straight pipe going from here all the way to the inlet of this factory resonator. So this is actually a factory resonator from a turbo car. From what I could find on the interwebs, the factory turbo exhaust systems are slightly bigger in diameter. So I wanted to use just a turbo one because, slightly a little bigger usually gives it a little bit deeper of a tone. So then we're gonna see what it sounds like with just this on. And then once we're done that, I'm going to install my blast pipe. So I welded these up last night and we're gonna have these go from the axle, once it goes over top of the axle, going out the rear of the car. So should be pretty fun, guys. All right, so the car's up in the air now. So as you can see, this is my current exhaust setup. So what we're gonna do right now is cut it off right here. We're gonna cut this off right here, and then we're gonna start up the car with just straight pipe, see how that sounds, and then we're going to install our aftermarket header. Here we go. All right, so we got our KL Racing header installed. Looks pretty cool in there. Definitely got a cool aftermarket look to it. So I actually snapped one exhaust manifold stud off, but it still had enough thread on it to get another nut on there, so I just threw that on there. I could weld it and take it out, but whatever for right now. All right, so we have a bit of issues with our KL Racing header. The O2 sensor that I previously had on here was on Miss Huff, and that was a manual transmission car. This one has an automatic, and this big tranny pan is right in the way. So I'm gonna take the header off again, and I'm going to shave down this plug for this O2 because I'm gonna be running my O2 on this side now. And the other thing, it almost looks like our flex pipe is pretty much making contact with the tranny mount. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna delete the flex pipe. It seems like it's gonna hang down a little bit anyways, which is, suboptimal. So I'm gonna get away with not running a flex pipe. The whole exhaust is gonna be on hangers, rubber hangers and stuff, so not a huge deal. All right guys, so now we got the straight pipe going from the header over there into our factory resonator and then out the back just right here. So I'm gonna do a rev video and we're gonna compare just the single tip right over the axle here, and then we're gonna put our blast pipe tips on that I got chilling right here, and we're actually gonna see if there's a difference between having a dual tip blast pipe or just a single tip outlet. It might sound a little bit different, so So yeah, I think it turned out all right. As far as my skill level goes, we got them sitting nice and high, so we got a little bit of that JDM angle coming out the back here. And it's pretty much coming out like straight, dead straight. Maybe like the tiniest bit to the right there, which is almost what I wanted. I kind of wanted like a slight angle to the right, slight angle up, just like the drift style, drift blast pipes. Pretty sweet. Let's take this thing down and we'll go for like a little cruise in it. How about? Alright guys, so that's pretty much a wrap up of today's video. So I hope you liked it. That gives you a bit of an idea of, you know, what it sounds like with a couple different exhaust choices that I went with. So I'm actually pretty happy with how it sounds. It kind of sounds like a Honda. Usually when you put this KL Racing header on, it makes the sound of it a lot more high pitch as opposed to the stock factory header. I'm not too sure why that is. It probably has to do a lot with the length of each runner. That really changes the frequency of the sound on a lot of engines. So, but yeah, I think this car is coming together pretty good, guys. Since I got it, I've had about a month now, and it's definitely coming along. So the next step will be, I'm actually just in the middle of collecting parts for the BMW ZF transmission swap. So I'm going to be doing a BMW ZF transmission swap in this car. It's gonna, you know, the goal is to make it an all-around really good daily driver slash if I want to drift it, just a fun, nice, good car, honestly. Keep it clean, no thrashing this one into walls and that kind of thing. This car is in good shape and I want to keep it that way. So stuff to come for the channel, guys. I have the panel wagon actually supposed to be going back on the dyno pretty soon here. So I installed some upgraded head bolts. I'm actually still waiting on the Yoshi Fab head studs that I ordered from a way back. So in the meantime, I grabbed a set of upgraded head bolts from Fastenal. Basically the same size as the factory head bolts, but they're in a grade up from the factory head bolts. So factory are grade 10.9 metal, steel. And these head studs these head bolts that I got are grade 12.9 with an Allen head. So I'm running some grade 12.9 washers underneath the Allen head in the head. And I think it's gonna hold quite a bit better. I was able to get about 90 foot-pounds on the bolts as opposed to like the 80 foot-pounds and the stretch that the factory bolts do. So I think they should be held in there quite a bit better. I went through a few heat cycles, took the valve cover off and tightened them down again. So they did turn quite a bit more after I got the car warm and went through a few heat cycles. So now they're cranked down to 90 foot-pounds. I think it's gonna be pretty solid, and we should be able to turn the panel wagon up to, you know, another couple pounds of boost, maybe a little more timing, shoot for that 430, 440 wheel horsepower mark. So before I go, make sure you check out the Drifts and Lifts store. We still have hoodies for sale, and they're going to be 40% off for the next week here, because I need to get rid of all these hoodies so I can make new designs for you guys. So 40% off with the code SWEDSLEDS sale on the Drifts and Lifts store. Anything you buy off the Drifts and Lifts store is going to be 40% off. So you're not going to get a deal like that probably ever again, but I really need to get rid of these hoodies, so let's get it. Like and subscribe for putrid Volvo sludge. Peace out.